One of my favorite things about being involved with NAFEM is the people that you get to meet along the way that you otherwise would not. And if you're fortunate enough to serve on NAFEM committees, move on to the board of directors and into the officer ranks, it means that you have had the opportunity to engage with a sampling of the industry talent that makes NAFEM different, special, and a tremendous learning opportunity. And sometimes that individual is a direct competitor. And that is, in fact, the day job relationship that I have with this year's Carpenter Award winner. From all the time I've been engaged with a leadership role in NAFEM until ascending to the presidency, I have served side by side with our recipient. His leadership corresponded with one of the most critical times in NAFEM, national, and world history. He is by far the most visible and least traveled of any NAFEM president in our 20-year self-op history. From the start of his committee service, first with the annual meeting and management workshop, to chairing the 2015 NAFEM show, and eventually to the officer ranks, he approached every decision as an opportunity to move NAFEM forward. And every step of the way, his servant leadership was inclusive, compassionate, kind, and smart. I'm sure you figured out by now that I'm talking about none other than Henny Penny's executive chairman and chairman of the board, Rob Connelly. Even though Rob and I are competitors, I quickly started to like him as we were both Ohio natives and avid golfers. My personal appreciation for him soon turned to being impressed with him as an industry professional. Even before Rob became the president of NAFEM, he was a leader in our board meetings. There were times where the board was down a path, but Rob would always push us to consider a different option or alternate approach. He would challenge the group not just to rely on the successes of the past, but to always start with a clean sheet of paper as we forged a new path while looking to the future. During my time with Rob on the board, I without question learned from him how to be an executive and a servant leader. And as we all know, those two skills do not always go hand in hand, but with Rob, he makes them look effortless. I do not believe I'm being dramatic in saying that Rob Connelly's tenure as NAFEM president was the most important and impactful of our lifetimes. As a reminder, we faced a global pandemic in 2020. Events were canceled, meetings became virtual, and the impact to our industry was uncertain. For months on end, Rob updated the membership through newly created webinars, tirelessly giving of his time and direction. Over the course of his presidency, Rob hosted over 80 webinars to keep the membership updated on insights, tools, and resources being provided by NAFEM. Rich Packer appropriately described Rob during this time as our industry's Mr. Rogers, coming onto our screens on a weekly basis with a calm and insightful demeanor, a steady hand in a time of great uncertainty. The NAFEM show was initially postponed to a new location on the fly, only to be eventually canceled, knowing that the risk of a bad show was worse than no show at all. It was 100% the right decision, and it all happened under Rob's leadership. We all owe a debt of gratitude to Rob for leading and navigating NAFEM through such unprecedented times, all without a show and doing the fun events that come from being a NAFEM president. Even though Rob has had an incredibly successful career, both in his career at Henny Penny and his impact at NAFEM, just like Mike, I know he is most proud of his world outside of work, specifically his family. Along with his wife, Jane, they have 3 daughters who are all here today. His daughter, Liz, and husband, John, daughter, Ann, and husband, John Key, and daughter, Mimi. If you have a chance to meet them after today's meeting, it will not take long to see that both Rob and Jane's traits of kindness, humility, and caring have more than made their way to the next generation of Connellys. And again, I know we can all agree there's no better success than that as a parent. When Rob passed the gavel to Rich in 2022, Tom Campion sang to us that everything is, in fact, better when it's fried. So, Rob, from one friar guy to another, thank you for the heart and soul you have dedicated to NAFEM and the industry at large, for your unwavering commitment to excellence and your kindness to all you lead. It is my true honor to recognize you as the 2025 William W. Carpenter Award recipient.
Yeah. So great to see everybody. Thank you so much for this. It's such an honor. I feel so fortunate to be in the company of the Carpenter Award winners that I admire, all role models in our industry. I'm kind of a short timer in this industry. I just made it in at 20 years. I didn't realize. And right from the start, got introduced to NAFEM, and it's been the most amazing experience. I've gotten way more out of it than I put in. I really feel like I should be giving all of you an award. I wanted to thank my wife, Jane. She puts me together, keeps me together, and when you see me not together, that means she's traveling. We are a team, and I love you. Also, my daughters, Liz, Annie, and Mimi, who bring me endless joy and a thimbleful of drama. And also, Annie, in case you don't know, she's attended more NAFEM concerts and been backstage than most NAFEM officers. So, Annie, the string may be coming to an end. Also, my son-in-laws, John Key and Chef John. I have it so easy. We golf and drink and have cigars, and we should have started this sooner. So thank you for being here. Thanks to the NAFEM boards, the current and the past boards. I've had so much fun working with all of you. You've been the best. Tom and Susie Campion. Tom, I always learned something being around Tom. He, whether it was something in the industry or how to make a perfect Manhattan, he's a Renaissance man. And best of all, as you've already heard, he wrote a song about me, Everything's Better Fried, which is absolutely true. And that couldn't have been more special. Kevin showed us how to have no fear spending the most money ever on a band. You took us to Margaritaville, and it was fun. And Mike, Iria, you never wanted to leave Margaritaville and made sure by making NAFEM would be fun again. Damn it. I've never heard a minister say damn it so many times. It's just inspiring. Yes, I have more time to do that now. And Rich, poor Rich, you had to make NAFEM great again after my disastrous tenure. Job well done. And current President Steve, where's Steve? A competitor who I hate to lose to, but I have so much respect for, and even better, I call him a friend. And Eva and Greg, we've had so much fun in this journey together. NAFEM, you are in good hands. I'd also like to thank Henny Penny. Many are here. It was very generous of you to allow me the time for NAFEM. Although I'm thinking they probably thought every hour I spent with NAFEM was an hour I wasn't bugging them. So it probably worked for all. I would not be standing before you today, and I mean this with no exaggeration. I would not be standing here if for not one person who profoundly changed my life in the most positive way. He saw something in me that I did not see. He mentored me, he cared for me, and he helped me achieve more than I could ever imagine. He brought me into Henny Penny. He introduced me and paved my way into NAFEM. He's also the 2013 recipient of the William W. Carpenter Award. Anyone who knows him knows how special of a man he is. I can't overstate the impact he has had on me and my family. I could not love him any more and his family. Thank you, Steve Cobb. Thank you, Molly. So what does NAFEM mean? I don't know if it's still the case, but it used to be the most missed question on the CFSP exam, which I'm not sure what that says about the collective intelligence of our industry. But in any case, if any of you are going to be taking the exam or you missed it, I thought I'd tell you what NAFEM means. So, in no particular order, the M, that stands for manufacturer. That's what we all are, or most of us. Yeah, that's what we are. A, the A is for all. This is all manufacturers that come together and take off their company hat, and they're not working for their self-interest, but for the betterment of all. So the A is for all. F, of course, is for food and fun. And with food and fun, it means friends. So, it's any of those. F is for food. E is for extraordinary. NAFEM is all about extraordinary people, starting with our leader, Deidre, who is the best of the best. She cares so deeply and works so tirelessly for NAFEM and the industry. And just think how adaptable Dee is. She went from dealing with me as president, when she would have to call me up periodically and say, Rob, do you think we should talk? to when Rich became president, he moved in with Dee and Dan. That takes skill. And the NAFEM team, always so talented, and so fun, and they do an extraordinary job in the best way. And Buffy, the amazing Buffy, she is exceptional. She's a pro's pro. No one is better. No one is better. She's extraordinary. And the board, all professionals and successful in your careers. And you bring those skills and talent to the board and use it for the betterment of all. Extraordinary. Which leaves us with N, which everyone knows, of course, means neighborly. We live on the same block with 4 other families. We all are neighborly, coming together to serve our customers. So remember, NAFEM stands for Neighborly, All, Food, Fun, Friends, Extraordinary Manufacturers. So I'm pretty sure I've assured a new generation of getting this test question wrong. But at least you will know what NAFEM really means. And for NAFEM members that haven't gotten involved, I would urge you to get involved. You will get way more out of it than you put in, and it can change your life in the most meaningful way. And for those of you that are on the board, savor this time. It will go quickly. But what will endure is the friendships you forge. I love this industry. I love NAFEM. I love a good number of you. Thank you for the privilege of letting me serve on the board. Thank you for this honor. I hope everyone has a great show. Make it your best yet. Thank you.